Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another session of science. Today, we're going to continue talking about living and non living things. We are still in Unit 5, Lesson 2. So, yesterday, we talked about what living things are and what non living things are. We came down to the conclusion, and I bet that you all came down to your own conclusion of little scientists that you are, and you used these four questions. I am sure you employed these four questions before you decided to come down to the conclusion of a living thing or a non-living thing. How do we find out if something is living or non-living? Well, we ask these four questions to ourselves. Does it eat? Does it grow? Does it move? Does it reproduce? If we answer yes to all these four questions, yes, it is a living thing. We also talk about that basic needs are important to survive and that living things have basic needs. For example, type of a basic need will be space. You need space to grow. You need nutrients, whether they're found on the food that you eat or on the same ground or soil that your plants are planted. Also, water is a basic need. Shelter, definitely, we all need a shelter. And living things do need a shelter. There is going to be a varied way of shelter for different living things. For example, plants, possible their shelter is the mere soil, right? And this one, the most important, we need energy. We need energy as one of our basic needs that, since we are a living thing as well. I just want you to think about this. The space, the nutrients, the water, shelter, and energy. Those are basic needs that we need to survive, or that living things need to survive. And to continue with our lesson, we're going to read a book to find out what is alive. Okay? I want you guys to please be at voice level 0. Everyone catch a bubble. You may ask some questions after the read aloud.
Let's read and find out. Science, Stage 1. What's Alive? Written by Kathleen Widener Zoifield, illustrated by Nadine Bernard Westcott. Are you like a cat? You don't look like a cat. A cat is furry. It has a long tail and 4 legs. You have 2 legs and no fur, but you can run and jump like a cat. Are you like a flower or a tree? You don't look like a flower or a tree. A tree is tall. Its green leaves grow high up in the air, and its roots grow deep underground. A flower can have petals of pink or yellow or red. You have no petals, and you won't grow as tall as a tree. But like a flower and a tree, you are growing. Are you like a bird? You don't look like a bird. A bird flies on feathered wings. You have no feathers and cannot fly. But a bird, a flower, a cat, a tree, and you are all alike. in one important way. You are all alive. Many things are not alive. A stone is not alive. Your tricycle, a book, the swing set, a doll, none of these is alive. Do you know how to tell if something is a living thing or not? All living things are alike in certain ways. All living things need water and food and air. Living things use water and food and air to give them energy. They need this energy to grow and move. When a cat is born, it is small. It is called a kitten. A kitten gets food from its mother. As the kitten grows bigger, it begins to lap up water and nibble on food from a bowl. It breathes air in and out through its nose. The kitten is alive and growing. Kittens and cats need food, water, and air to give them energy so they can run and jump and play. A baby bird hatches from an egg. It is called a chick. The chick's mother and father feed it. It breathes air in and out through small holes in its beak. The chick is alive and growing. Chicks and birds use the energy from food and water and air to fly or hop along the ground. Birds and cats are animals. You are an animal too. All animals are living things. Trees and flowers are also living things, but they are not animals. Trees and flowers are living things called plants. Plants cannot run or jump or fly. They do not eat or drink or breathe the way you do, or the way a cat does, but they do need water, air, and food, and they can move and grow. Trees and flowers begin as seeds. When they are still small, trees and flowers are called seedlings. The seedlings grow roots. Roots take in water and nutrients from the soil. The seedlings grow leaves. Leaves help plants to breathe in a special way. If you look at the underside of a leaf with a magnifying glass, you will see tiny holes. Plants take in air through these tiny holes. Green leaves also help plants to catch sunlight. Plants use the power of sunlight to make food out of air, water, and nutrients from the soil. Plants use the food they make to give them energy. The energy helps them move. They do not run or jump, but they grow and grow. They bend their stems and leaves to follow the sun. All animals and all plants are living things. Anything that never needs food or water or air is not a living thing. Now you can go exploring. Walk through your house slowly, then through your backyard or the park. Look carefully at everything you see. Draw pictures of each different thing. When you are finished exploring, look at your pictures and see if you can tell which are living things and which are non-living things. For each picture, ask yourself these questions. Does this thing need food? Does it need water? Does it need air? Can it grow or move all by itself? If the answer to these questions is yes, then that is a living thing. But what if you find a plant that is brown and dry? It will not grow anymore. It cannot take in water or air. It cannot move except to blow in the wind. Is it a living thing? What if you find a little bird that has fallen from a tree? It lies very still on the ground. The little bird will never move again. It will not eat or grow again. Is the little bird a living thing? The dry plant and the little bird are living things that have died. All living things eventually die. That is an important part of being a living thing. A stone or other non living things can never eat or grow. It can never run or jump and play. A living thing cannot die because it has never been alive. When you've looked through your pictures, try sorting them into piles of living things and non living things. Then separate the pictures of living things into piles for plants and animals. You can hang the pictures on your wall or bulletin board. Whenever you find anything new, you can ask yourself, does it need food? Does it need water? Does it need air? Can it grow or move all by itself? Then you can add its picture to your collection. You will always be able to tell what's alive and what's not.
Well, that was our book, What's Alive. And I bet that now you have a better idea of what is a living thing and what is not, or what is a non living thing. As your exit ticket, boys and girls, we are going to create a chart, just like mine on the board. One side you will sort your living things, on the other side you will sort all your non-living things. Okay? And I'll just go ahead and make it easier for you. You don't have to search or think about what living things. Instead, I want you to look at the board and sort all the living things that you see on the screen on one side and all the non-living things that you see on the screen on the other side. This is your exit ticket. I hope you have fun, and I'll see you until next time, boys and girls.